9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Get out the way, get out. And now they give it to Josh Slap, and Josh Stevens on the run. One man to beat, and it's Dante. He drags it down from behind after a big carry by Slap.
I picked up Dave for not giving up on that play. Get out the way down the field.
In motion, and T-Man has had a quiet day. Only 2 targets, no reception. To Murray, God's breakaway speed crosses midfield. The veteran who belongs in the Hall of Fame is brought down at the 46-yard line of LA.
And if your friends jump in,
pitch on the right side, no contest, touchdown for Iniguez and his Vikings offense. They score their second touchdown of the night here. Oklahoma City trying to keep it close, but so far
up to this point, there is a toss play right inside it. Apparently spins his way into the end zone for the first touchdown of the year for Carolina as they take their first lead.
get out the way, get out the way, get out the way.
Straight up the gut, Jason Williams throws the shoulder straight into the safety, and he rolls all the way into the end zone.
the two-time All-Star Jason Wu. And this one here, week 2 of season 24 here in the SFL Florida Sin City. Comisac bulldozing one and finally ushered out about a great one from Chris Comisac. One of them coming back from 10 points down on the road earlier tonight was good.
And the Tim Rudder scores the touchdown. A ticket in on the fun.
What I do,
For
young and successful.
Yes, they were loved it.
Now prove all in the true, true. Hold up, wait up, shorty. Oh, was I get my side? What are you doing?
7 yards for running. Kopak throws end zone, and that is going to be the ball game. As Solomon gets another touchdown catch, and Charleston extends their lead 23-7 with a shaky Cameron Duty extra point.
He's been a solid third receiver in the SFL. This pass middle touchdown. Benji Madison.
And that's exactly what you're talking about. Whenever we came into this game tonight, I was talking about Benji Madison needing to be big.
Target for Beasley. We'll see if they go for 5 here. Throw. It's a touchdown. It's not Beasley. Instead, though, it's James Madison Jr. Their explosive tight end in Queen City goes up quickly.
I love watching Dave.
Going down the middle. Pierce drops back. Great block pick up there by the running back. Looking back. One of the end zone caught. Nick Michaels, that's a touchdown. And OKC inching closer.
First and 10 here for Energy, who throws to the end zone and sticks the landing. Lauren Percoco with the touchdown, and I believe, everybody kind of looking around, how in the world did Percoco
Sidekick throw. Side end zone. Caught by Henry. Touchdown. Mexico City, their first lead of the night. What a catch, Henry. That was one-on-one.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? Welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. This was actually a show I was It's been weeks in the making. Just first, before I bring my guests up, we are celebrating, just for everybody, radio listeners and everyone at home can see. We are celebrating the various positions of the league. Tonight, we are focusing on in the trenches, running backs, fullbacks, and the tight end position. But before I bring up my guests tonight, they were so gracious to join me. I want to apologize for not having a show last week. I was supposed to do my depression and anxiety show, but things came up. And honestly, for the past few weeks, I have just been really, really tired. So in April, I will have that show. I know we need it. I know we need to be able to talk about it. I know we need to be able to find ways to cope with our anxiety and depression, because some people just may not know how. And maybe you hearing someone else's story and what they go through, you can actually relate to it and maybe learn from it too. So that will be announced later on, probably around the first of the month, as to actually when that show will take place, because Cameron Irvine really wants to be a part of that show. He's been very busy with the UFL, with the SFL, and his married life. So I wanted to make sure that he was on there, because it's that he really, really wanted to be a part of that. And I didn't want to do the show without him. So that's part of the reason why it didn't happen. But let's go ahead and bring on the men of the hour. I wish I had some females up here. I have to put out an all points bulletin on some of my ladies of the league. We have all these positions and everybody's here, and I always see my fellas. Come on, ladies. Y'all represent too. But I'm going to bring up first my running backs and fullbacks, Mr. Jay Balmer and Mr. Logan Lee. What's going on, fellas? How are you doing this evening?
Doing well.
Greetings and salutations.
I love that. You always say that. Like, there's never a time that you walk into a room or you enter a chat and you don't say that. And then the other one, I hate Texas teams. That's another one.
That too.
Man,
hey, at least I didn't have to say it this time.
Right. I just saved you the trouble.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Logan, welcome back. Last time you was on, you had that nice hat. Where's the hat, man?
Oh, well, I actually got a haircut, so the hat's taking a time out.
Yeah, I see.
So,
I see.
I've been a little lazy for quite a while, so the hat was kind of an everyday thing, but the hat's in the car right now. taking a nap.
No worries. When I saw you, I did notice that you cut your hair, so I was a little,
thank you.
A little upset, but it's okay.
Gotta happen sometimes.
True. And next up, my tight ends, Ron Haynes, who was responsible for those highlights that you saw earlier. I really appreciate that, Ron. And my tight end from Arizona, Will Todd.
Howdy, Ashley.
Hey, dear. Oh, it's good seeing you, babe. Ron, welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate you reaching out. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, I'm glad to have all of you here to talk about your positions, why you chose those positions, who your favorite player is. Perhaps when you were in school, you played that position. So I want to get a little bit of everything from you, because we do have some people that are joining us that may not have even heard your voice before. So we're going to start things off a little easy. I would like for you to let us know who you are, the team that you represent in your position, and some interesting facts about who you are. So we're going to start with you first, Jay.
All right. My name is Jay Balmer. I play fullback for the Nashville Temple. Go Temple. And I like to play video games. That's all I like.
Any type?
Shooting games, sports games, it don't matter.
Now, you like to play them, or are you any good at them?
Yes and no. I'm in the middle level, that's all. Sports games, yes, but shooting games in the middle.
Yeah, I feel you. My aim is a little off too, so I get you, man. It's all good. Logan, what about you?
Well, I'm actually an attorney, so I'm Yeah, I'm on the screen all day in court. We're doing most of our court appearances on video nowadays, but when I'm in court, I don't get to dress like this. I gotta, put on a suit at least from the waist up. So that's what I do for work. Number 41, Sin City running back in the league, and formerly Canton. But now Sin City, we went straight from Fatherhood Festival Field to the Den of Sin in Vegas. So, but I'm good with that. So, go Sin City.
And you rolled with them through those changes. So how does that make you feel just moving cities?
Well, I like the new uniforms. Obviously the undefeated season that we had was hard to top, and that was my first season with Canton, and then being that number 1 seed in the playoffs 2 seasons in a row was great. Going to have a little bit tougher time this season, but I have faith in the team and certainly in our management. So yeah, things are going well.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Love to hear that. Ron.
Yes, ma'am.
Give us a little information and some fun facts about yourself, and let us know what team you represent and what position you play.
Sure. Ron Haynes, Florida Storm, tight end. In my 4th season in the SFL, and what else now? And you like to know what we're doing other than SFL, right? Is that what you asked?
Yeah,
okay.
Something.
Okay. So I'm a sports videographer for high school sports in the area that I live in. So I do a lot of that. In fact, just today, before coming on to your show, I was out filming baseball. Baseball season getting ready to start. And the high school that I represent, the Blair Oaks Falcons, give them a shout out. They are defending state champions in baseball. So this year they're going to try to go back and repeat that. And just last season, their football team won the state championship. So yeah, so that's what I do. I'm retired. And so I have a lot of time. And when I'm not doing videography, I'm on the stats channel.
Yes, you are. Every time.
Got 5 games this weekend. Looking forward to it.
Wow, that's a lot. Whew, okay. You took those pictures and you did the videography for the SFL when we went to the conventions.
Yes. Yeah.
And so professional. So that explains why it looks so professional, because you do this basically every day.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
I could tell you're actually out there trying to capture those moments, and you captured some really, really good footage. So kudos to you.
Yeah, and there's a football video out there somewhere, and hopefully Cam will show it someday. He had from the last convention, so it'll be entertaining. You're in there in the video.
I'm probably running. You know what? I was hanging out with Damon's wife and his son, and I tell you, you guys were on the field playing a game. I'm over here running for my life with him, so I felt like I was on the field too. He was trying to get out there with his dad. It was hilarious. Will Todd. I guess I just introduced you. So
you did. But anyway, I'm Will Todd. I'm the tight end for the Arizona Scorpions. I've been with Arizona for 8 seasons, been in the SFL for 9. And I am in real life, I'm a retired mechanical engineer. Been retired for, about 8 years now already. And that gives me a lot of time to indulge in my hobbies, which are hunting and golf and competitive shooting. And I enjoy video games now and again, and being involved in the SFL. So that's kind of what I do. Of course, in my spare time, I do whatever my wife tells me. So there you go. I mean, it's kind of, you got to throw that in there too. So
keep it safe, man. I know.
Keep it safe. Keep it real. That's right. That's right.
So the SFL means something to everyone, but I'm sure it's different. You may stay for similar reasons, but I want to know, why do you choose to continue to be a part of the Simulation Football League? Why do you continue to grow with the changes, with the new games, with the new rule changes that directly affect your players? you know. I want to know why you choose to stay. And I'm going to start with you first, Logan, on this one.
Well, I've had a good time. It's been a lot of fun. The ups and the downs, and having a great locker room that we had in Canton, we have in Sin City. There's a lot of fun. We got a poker game recently. It's a great hobby. I mean, I love football. I love video games. I've never been particularly good at. Well, I've never played football. I was actually a soccer player when I was younger.
Well, technically, that's football.
Yeah, if you want to look at it like that, a lot more use your actual feet. But yeah, there was talk of video games. Most of my gaming is strategy games, so I don't really do much in the way of sports games. But I've always been fascinated about. I was kind of a role-playing game nerd as a kid, and I've been really into character building and creation, and making a player who represents what you want them to be and does what you want them to do. And yeah, and again, the sporting aspect of it, it's fun, it's exciting, it's entertaining. It's sometimes the games are better than actual NFL games. So I stick around because it's just a lot of fun.
Do you know I missed the entire season last year of NFL football? But I caught almost every game of SFL. And I don't even miss it. So I totally understand that. I mean, of course I saw the Super Bowl, but then I was like, the first quarter I was done. Because I saw how it was going.
Yeah, I had to get work done that evening. I put it on and made it through about a quarter and just had it on as background noise. So not really the best game.
It wasn't. But I agree with you on a lot of those points you made. Will, why do you continue to stay? Even though I've been trying to get you the ball, man. I promise I'm trying to get you the ball. The highlighter jersey, my prescriptions in my visor, man, I'm trying.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I keep coming back because of the people. I mean, the product is good. The games are fun, but made a lot of good relationships in the league, and particularly on Arizona. And as long as our locker room is as fun and positive as it is, and as long as we can play and be competitive and have a good time with it. I can see myself continuing on with it, but mainly the people.
Love it. Ron, what about you?
Echo a lot of what Logan and Will have already said. That's bottom line. I love it. I have a lot of fun, at it. The locker room, the Florida locker room is really good. I enjoy it in there, but just the league itself, I don't know if I can put my finger on it, but I just enjoy it a lot. The different the teams and the chatter and the general chat, and sometimes that's enjoyable. And say with your chess show, the other show out there, and all that stuff. I enjoy listening. Because I didn't know all that was there when I joined the league. It was like that was the extra bonus. Wow, look at these people are really into this thing. And so and I enjoy it. It's like the diversity of everybody you meet and all that stuff, and you get to hang out with different folks. And that's one of the things I like about stats, because I get to talk to a lot of different people. When you're in there, I get to do stats from guys and girls from all different teams. So you get so I enjoy the camaraderie. Everybody loves it. And like Will said, I'm in Will's, but I'm retired as well. So it just gives me something to do, and I'm not pestering my wife, and she enjoys it. So
that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Jay, why do you stay?
I stay because it's fun. I mean, everybody says the same thing. It's fun to be in this Discord. I've been in a locker room with pretty much almost everybody in this call right now, except for Logan Lee. Hopefully soon. I don't know when, but soon. Yeah, it's just fun, and I really love football.
Okay. Now,
can I give a shout out to my former coach, Jay Balmer?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, he knows. He at Madison
Yes.
Links, he was our coach, man. Won a championship with the guy, so yeah, he's got the chops.
And it was against Logan Lee.
That's right, I forgot.
So down a championship.
Just saying, right?
Just want to throw that out there. So when times get hard, so when your players are not performing the way you should, or even your team is not performing the way you feel that they should, how do you deal with those frustrations? And how do you deal with those frustrations? Because I've seen different people deal with it different ways. Some people are very vocal in different chats. Some people kind of tend to themselves. Some people just hold it in. So how do you, Jay, deal with the backlash or the naysayers, the negativity that sometimes comes with being in the league?
I remember last season I have tried to prove everybody wrong on how Nashville is supposed to be. Oh, there's the echo right there.
Okay. So maybe everybody should mute their mic until we're speaking. Okay, Jay, now try.
Testing. Yeah, I've been trying to prove everybody wrong when I'm in Nashville last season. Beat Canton, yeah. Sorry about that, Logan. And then wind up falling off against Louisiana, Mexico City. We were so close to be in the playoffs. And I said, you know what? I would definitely try my best. Everybody, we got to step it up the next time. And hopefully the next season we'll go to the playoffs. And right now, we most likely not going to the playoffs. Actually, we're not going to the playoffs because we are 0-9. And with the frustration, I just hold it in no matter what. Don't try to let it out. I know how to keep my composure. And when it comes to keeping my composure, I just meditate sometimes. And then it just goes away the next day.
Yeah, because I know you were the kind of the center of attention a few weeks back, and didn't like how the chat was treating you personally. But at the same time, I don't have anything to do with that. It was just about the understanding, and I am grateful to know that even when you have naysayers like that, you don't let it bother you, because I know that some people would, and it'll weigh on their psyche, it'll weigh on them. And so I just wanted to, especially by you being a coach, by you being in the front office, having these responsibilities that you're spending this extra time on, that regular players are just, hey, we just turn it in when the game comes on, and then we're out till next week, but you're actually putting in the extra hours and the extra work. So I feel like sometimes that would hit people like you harder, just because of the responsibility and you trying, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Logan, I would like to know, how do you handle the adversity and the negative things? Like even when running backs were nerfed, how did you deal with that, those frustrations and things like that?
Well, starting out, I guess my second season, that was first season in Canton, and having that undefeated season, even though we fell short in the final, reality kind of struck that, I'm not always going to be on a team that's good, and I'm not always going to win offensive player of the season, although I did first 2 seasons. And for me, a lot of it's been talking to the coaching staff and the ownership, and just getting advice and saying, it's more important to me to be on a team that wins than it is to get personal accolades. So what can I do to be a better player on this team? How do you need to progress or unprogress, as the case may be? And yeah, I haven't really, since the Canton days, And those two finals losses haven't really had any moments that were really seriously upsetting. They've been good and bad. And, it's a game and we care. We want to win. But in the end, there's something to watch every week, or well, except for bye weeks. And there's a team to root for and a player to root for. And, I get excited about watching the games. And I mean, unless we're getting blown out, which fortunately doesn't happen too often. Yeah, it's pure entertainment. I mean, even in a loss, I don't really see any negativity in that. So I haven't had too much frustration to deal with. Although when you said nerve, what specifically are you referring to as far as
when the stamina went down to 0?
Yeah. Things did change a lot. I do know I got a lot fewer carries. So that affected my player stats. But yeah, I don't think some of the rule changes have been kindest to teams I've happened to be on, but I think the ultimate goal is more parity in the league. So I understand why things are done the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping it competitive, I think, is best for everyone and keeps everyone involved and entertained.
Okay. Good stuff. Will?
We do this for fun, right? And the main thing is, and I understand, you can get emotionally invested even in entertainment, and a lot of us do. But when you're having a great game or a great season, it's easy to be, high. And but the challenge, just like in life, if you're not having a good game or not having a good season, you just got to keep it in perspective and just remember that we do this for entertainment. If you're having a bad golf game, and if you're getting mad and throwing your clubs in the pond and all that type of thing, you probably shouldn't be playing golf. And if you're involved in the SFL and every time you lose, you throw a screaming Mimi and, make a fool of yourself, well, you probably shouldn't be in the SFL, So I think the main thing is just keeping it in perspective. We've got, really supportive people on our team, and there are a lot of supportive people across the league, and getting back to the earlier question, being around good people makes the good times better and the bad times not as bad. So
Well
kind of how we roll.
Well said. Well said. Imran.
Yeah, they've all pretty much hit the nail on the head with anything else that I could add to it. But it's just, staying with the team through the thick or the thin. Again, my first experience in the SFL and the minors was a 1-win season. I could have folded then and said, I'm not spending my money on this anymore. But that's just not me, and that's not what I do. A lot of these fine folks here are the same way, I'm sure. So you. And like I think it was Will that said, or maybe I think it was Logan as well. Just what can I do to make the team better? If I don't need the ball thrown to me, as a tight end, if I'm blocking better, that's fine. And then if I can block for Logan Lee and he's buzzing down the field, that's cool. So it's what I can do for the team, and that's meet my progressions every week, stay positive in the locker room, and that's pretty much it. Just stay a team, And I spent 22 years in the military too, so it's like, you don't give up. You stay as a core unit because you're gonna have bad times. It's just gonna happen, and you're gonna have the good times too.
Good stuff. I think all of you had great points, and I think it's important for people to hear the different ways of, how, as positive as this place can be, you do have the negatives and how to deal with that. Respectfully. And I think the main key is understanding that this is a game first, and we're all real people with emotions. We get mad, we get happy, it's just about respecting each other. And, and I think respect is the thing for me. I think we can all have a better relationship if we did that. And I know that sometimes we just get caught up in the oh my gosh, the crap talking and stuff like that, but it can hurt. So you just got to be careful with your words. I think that's one of the things that, especially with my position as director of community relations, that's one of the main things that people say. That's the only thing. Oh my gosh, people they talk so negatively. Well, in a way, it's sports. If you ever been on a team, you trash talk, but then it goes too far. So I actually haven't had any issues with anybody on this panel. So that I appreciate. You haven't came across my desk yet, so I appreciate that. I want to know why you chose the specific position that you chose, and who is your favorite player in that position. So we're gonna start with you first, Logan. Why'd you choose to be a running back, and who is your favorite running back in the NFL or?
Alvin Kamara, New Orleans Saints. Big Saints fan. That's why I picked the number 41. See on my little bobblehead here?
I see.
God dang it, man.
Well, I did not have that made for myself. It was a gift. The dude's got a septum ring. I've got a septum ring. I don't know. I just always loved his game, and I was a huge fan of that team. I actually saw them win that Super Bowl against the Colts. And yeah, that's my favorite NFL team.
Wait,
my favorite running back, so.
Did you see it in person?
No, I actually saw it. Strange thing. I watched it at a bar in downtown LA and wound up giving a high five to Leif Garrett after a Saints touchdown, which was just strange because the guy had been arrested the night before and was out on bail. Yeah, that was a fun. I haven't had too many experiences being an NFL fan, seeing my team actually win Super Bowl. So that was a good time.
Hey, and that's why you chose to be a running back?
Yeah, I've in my personal career in real life, as far as sports, I've always been a defensive player, and I wanted to, offense is never my forte, so I wanted a player who did something I never did in real life, and it was. I feel like pretty much everyone wants to be the quarterback, and I didn't want that, so went the running back position. And I did want to get a lot of touches on the ball and get a lot of plays with the ball in my hands, and I think being a running back is probably the best way to do that. So yeah, that's why I chose that position.
And it's a lot of contact. So you're a defensive player. If you're a defensive player, you're used to that anyway. So you needed to have some kind of.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Actually, scoring points was nice.
Yeah.
Didn't do much of that as a defender in basketball or football. So.
I feel you on that. Get it while you can. Shoot. Get it how you can. Jay, why did you choose to be a fullback?
I choose to be a fullback because all the tight end spots was filled up. I originally wanted to be in the league to be a tight end. All of it was filled up, so I decided to be a fullback. And then I stayed as a fullback because there was not that many in the league. There was really not that many in the league. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay as a fullback. And if anybody wants me, y'all can go ahead and draft me. I got drafted to the DC Dragons. Best locker room over there. And favorite player is Mike Tolbert from the Carolina Panthers. Shoot, we should have won the Super Bowl in that year, too.
Hey. What about you, Ron?
Yeah, for me, I grew up in Ohio, 45 miles east of Cleveland. So Ozzie Newsome. We all know Ozzie Newsome. Enjoyed watching the Browns back then, and I just remember him as a kid growing up, and he was just kind of a feature for me in the NFL, And like my dad said, he just had a heck of a work ethic, and he was, team first attitude, and we already talked about that. So that's why I chose tight end. Or that's the person that I thought of when I chose the position. I like the role because it's a dual role. I mean, I get to go out and smash block people. And I get to catch the ball occasionally. So I like that. I like the fact that, and at the time, I don't think a lot of people were doing O-line when I joined the league. I don't know if that was a thing.
True.
So it just seemed to me the best of both worlds.
It's a good way to look at it. Will, your sentiments?
Yeah, Ron and I are a similar generation. I grew up watching Ozzie Newsome and Todd Christensen and guys like that. Really kind of define the modern tight end position. And then later Tony Gonzalez for Kansas City. He took it to another level. And of course, the current Chiefs tight end's not too bad, Travis Kelce. So so I've always enjoyed watching these players that aren't the typical limelight players like your diva wide receivers or your diva quarterbacks or whatever. And I just thought it'd be neat to play a position like that. And so those were the guys that I really thought of whenever I picked my position. Now in APF, obviously we got it kind of had a little bit freer passing mechanics and things of that nature. So we were able to get a little bit more action at the tight end position in that regard. But it's still fun. It's still whenever you're able to make a play, it's pretty exciting. And whenever you're able to put down a good block for your running back or downfield for your wide receivers, that's pretty fun too. So,
hey, I want to know some of your favorite moments in the SFL that you were a part of. So, was it one of those blockings? Was it blocking that you actually allowed help someone else to score? Was it something that you did specifically? Maybe it was you had the most touchdowns in a game. I want to know from you, Jay, what was one memorable moment for you at your position?
Well, my favorite moment was finally scoring a rushing touchdown with y'all in Arizona against LA. My second would be the receiving touchdown I had against Atlanta. Before I went to y'all, I was in Jacksonville.
It felt like you really did it, didn't you? Like,
yes.
When you see yourself and you jumping up and down and you just the feelings.
Shoot, I done fell back on my chair on that darn day too.
I was scared my children plenty of times. Huh?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the ball to go to me. I thought it was going to go to Bismarck Wright on that day.
Hey, it was just your day. It was just your time. Will?
Well, the most fun or most exciting thing were those those two championship appearances that we went to, and of course we weren't able to pull it off. But as far as the complete SFL experience, those were our big high watermark, if you will. But as far as like individual play, the one that I kind of chuckle at when I remember it, had one pass that I actually caught, but then I actually hit the ground, but nobody touched me, and so I was sprawled out on the ground. Nobody touched me, and I got up and I ran for another 20 yards, and it was a pretty funny sequence that I remember.
I remember that play. That's the possum play. You just play like
pretty
of a heart. And
I wish we could call that and actually pull that off, but
you have 1,000 bodies tackling you, like diving right on you. Don't do that. Okay. Ron, favorite moment.
I had to cheat and look things up because I couldn't think of anything. Honestly, it was like, what is it? But so I'd have to go back to, I'm looking at October 1st of 2023. My very first touchdown against the Carolina Skyhawks. I had 2 receptions in the game. for 9 yards, and one of them was for a touchdown. That was my first touchdown.
If
There we
you
go.
go catch it, if you're gonna make it count, make it count.
That's right. And now I don't know if I caught both of those passes, but I know I caught one of them because I got a touchdown. So
You made it work. I love it. Those are always good moments. And Lee, just probably that undefeated season, and you was just balling.
I don't know. I mean, every victory is a great moment, but actually, I'd say as far as like personal moments, I can't really point to one, but setting the records for most touchdowns in a season was pretty cool. Actually, I can think of one, but it's not necessarily one for the highlights. But I think one of my most memorable moments was in the minor leagues. I had one play where I got tossed the ball and somehow managed to run 10 yards backwards and still pick up 10 yards at the end of the play. So that one earned me the nickname from one of the commentators of the Rabid Mouse, which I went with for a while because I was told he looks like a rabid mouse out there on the field today. So that was entertaining. That stuck with me.
Yeah. And then you got the 10 yards back? That's you
Yeah,
lucky.
I mean, hey, I ran for 20 yards on one play, just 10 of them were in the wrong direction. So
You had that Starbucks cup back there. I know you had to go grab that right quick, take a sip, get the nitro. I know. So if there was one thing that you could change about your player right now, if Cam says, hey, I will let you change one thing. It could be your height. It could be your weight. It could be a particular attribute that you're allowed to maybe max out or something like that. A significant change. What would you do, Will?
Wow. Well, I mean, again, clearly as a receiver, you'd want to max out one of your receiving, either catch or run route or speed or one of those things. I'd probably say, max out catch, but again, there's so many of them that affect the play of the player. Just maxing out one is going to, not put you over the top if you're not already an elite player. But I'd say probably max out catch.
Okay. Ron, what would you do?
strength. That's the one I'm always looking at on progressions is the strength. And of course, I understand the effect of and cause of that, with our team's already got a trouble with salary cap as it is, but strength. Yeah, that's what I would think. I see some things sometimes from my player that I think would benefit from that. It would benefit the team.
Gotcha. Strength it is. Logan.
Well, I'd like to officially be the fastest player in the league, but with my stats, I think diminishing returns at the cost that would take financially for the team. Just on a more shallow point, my players' appearance, I think when we switched over to the new system, everyone kind of defaulted to one guy. I'm not sure how people got to change their players' appearance, but yeah, I lost my hair in the switchover, so I don't know. Maybe it's just aging. I know.
I felt the same way. I wanted my afro, but they told me no, they don't outfit in the game. I was pissed. I had to go. First, it was a buzz cut, and I'm like, "How did y'all get nothing?" I'm bald. Why? And then
I think I'm bald too. I went from Brian Bosworth hair to bald.
See, we're gonna have to get some upgrades. We're gonna have to get some new textures for hair or something because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah, I used to be bald too. And now I got my non-dreads back. But it's break tackling because I barely even do it. Every time I run the ball, I'm always just tackling either in the backfield or one person is just tackle me and I can't do nothing about it. Like all I can do is just stick my arm out and just hope for the best. But yeah, break tackling.
Gotcha. Last official question of the night, guys. A rookie comes to you and asks, that's in your position, and asks you for advice on how to build his or her player. What are the most important attributes to start with? What would you advise them? And actually, I'm going to start with you first on this, Jay.
For fullback, it's mainly strength and run blocking because you definitely need to block everybody in that backfield. And it don't matter if it's a D line or linebacker, hit them as hard as you can and block them. I did it for a lot of running backs in this darn league. And I even do some pass blocking for Ashley. And yeah, mainly strength and run blocking.
Love it. Logan?
Well, for my player, we got the subtypes of running backs, so depends on what you want to play. And I've got a finesse guy, so it's all about speed and agility. But I mean to start, but pretty soon after that, break tackle becomes pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the route I took.
Okay.
Although if a player's going to be on my team, then I'm not giving him any advice. I don't want competition. I already got enough competition on my own team.
Yeah.
Oh, everything.
Maximize jump, right?
Yeah. Never really figured out
Maximize
what the use of that stat is, but
Oh my God. Well,
I'm kidding. I mean, we got three backs on our team who all share the ball very well, and we got our three-headed monster with Rojo and Cherry Bomb and myself. So we got a lot of options in the run game. So that's
I know.
and we're and we got diversity there. We're all different players. So
You do.
that's cool.
But I know you, and I know, listen, you want that ball.
Oh, yeah, I do.
All right, Christian back at Jaluppi checking in. What's going on? I know I said it wrong. Christian checking in. What's up, Christian? Ron?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Say it again. The question.
If a rookie comes to you and say, hey, I would love to be best tight end ever. I'm watching your player. Can you please give me some advice on how to build my player and what attributes to concentrate on, focus on?
Okay. Rookie coming in, I would say first thing is check your ego at the door. Don't come in thinking that you're going to have to be the guy that scores all the touchdowns on the team and all that. And then understand that with the way the league is structured, it's going to take you seasons to get where you need to go. And you know where to go because you're going to talk to your coaches. That would be another thing I'd tell them. Reach out to your head coach, your coordinators, and ask them, what do you need? Because they're going to, I don't know about the other teams. I'm assuming y'all the same. Weekly, the progression sheet comes out and follow it. If you have any questions, talk to the coach. Those are the advices I give. Now, as far as actual attributes, I agree with what Jay said. Strength and blocking as a tight end. Strength and blocking. Speed a little bit because you got to be able to get out there to block. But build that strength and that blocking would be my key, my advice.
Good stuff. Lastly, Will.
Well, being another tight end, I agree with Ron, except I would just point out that, again, you kind of have to decide whether you're going to be a blocking tight end or a receiving tight end. If you want to end your career as a high profile receiving tight end, then while strength and blocking are still extremely important, you're going to have to focus on those attributes that, again, make you a quality receiver and high enough rated receiver that your quarterback is going to give you some looks. And so, break tackle, run route, catch, and speed are going to be ones that you're going to have to focus on too. And I think that kind of comes back to the point that Ron made. If you're coming into the league, unless you just have an awesome an extended SFLM career to where you can build those attributes in the SFLM to the point where when you come into the league, you're already decent rated. It's going to take you seasons to add on to those attributes to where you reach that star level player, because you're not going to walk onto a team brand new and be the guy. or gal.
Good stuff. Because I have seen some of the the thoughts of the rookies and the expectations that they have coming in the door, and it's good to hear from the vets like, hey, slow your roll. It's gonna take some time. Just be patient and have fun with it. I love it. So those are my questions for the evening. Although I do have two fun ones, and I'm gonna let you go. I promise. I want to know from each of you: would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self? Ron?
Oh yeah. past self. Only 1 minute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I'm not going to elaborate any more than that. Just I need to go back and talk to myself.
Yeah, Ron just said everything for me just now.
Gotcha. So going back in the past, Will, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Past or present?
Absolutely past self. And I would have to say, I would have to start by saying, I've only got a minute, so I got to speak fast. I got a lot to say and only a minute to do it.
Record it. Logan?
Well, I can talk to my future self and find out who wins the next Super Bowl so I can start placing bets. But other than that, realistically, I mean, I don't know. Talking to my past self would help him out, but wouldn't help me too much, right? So I want to hear some advice from my future self.
Yeah.
Tell me where I went wrong. Tell me what not to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it. And last question for you guys for the evening. If you can have dinner with someone that's either alive or not with us anymore, that's famous or not, it's only one dinner, one night. Who would you spend that time with? Ron? It could be
One
anybody.
person you said?
Mm-hmm.
Mom.
Mom?
She passed away in 2009, and I'd like to go back and have dinner with her. That's a tough question.
Yeah, for me, it's my dad. So I totally understand. Lost him in 21. So, hey, I totally feel you. Well?
Yeah. Again, my maternal grandmother been gone for a number of years and miss her quite a bit. So that would be great.
Love it. Logan?
I'm going to break up this whole thing because my dad was terrible, and I'm glad I don't have to see him again. I'd probably pick someone like freaking Gandhi or something. I don't know. I mean, I've never been close with my family though, so and the one person I am close with is my mother, and I still talk to her every single day anyway. So, and I'm taking her out to her birthday dinner on Saturday, so I can't use her. Yeah, I don't know, some famous historical figure who was a great thinker, maybe a philosopher. I don't know.
Well, Gandhi was a good one. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the first reference to Gandhi I think I've heard. And that question is going to be different for everybody, So I'm just curious because it's the wealth of knowledge that you can obtain too from those conversations. And like for us, it'd be like, hey, grandparents or mom or dad, we made it. We're still here. We're still doing our thing, So, and for you, it'll be different. Like, hey, I want to learn like what how did you live this life and still, secrets to life, that kind of thing. So I get it. Jay?
Yes, I'm still young. I have both of my grandparents. But they are from my dad's side. And the ones I would really want to have dinner with is my grandparents from my mom's side because I never got to see them. They both passed when my mom was 17.
Mm.
And they sound like really good people, and I really want to have a chance or a moment with them.
Good stuff, gentlemen. Like I said, no right or wrong answers. It's just, insight to your brains. That's it. And we get to kind of understand the person behind the players. So I want to thank each and every one of you for your time tonight. It was a pleasure hanging out with all of you. And I'm going to give you the last word as I let you go. So, Jay, what is your last words for the people this evening?
I'm thankful for being here. Thankful for being in Nashville. Go Temple. Go Madison with Ron Haynes. And I'll be cheering on, even though I'm off duty this time right now.
Hey.
Also, all these Texas teams should stay out the playoffs.
Well, we'll see about that one. Crazy. Thank you, Jay. Logan.
I just think I think this whole league is really cool because not only is there the gaming aspect, which is a lot of fun, the competition, but getting to meet all these people from different walks of life who not only would I just not associate with normally, because when would we meet? But people who live in different parts of the country, and in some cases in other countries, that I would just never meet in the real world. I work 14 hours days anyway, so I don't really leave the house. But yeah, it's just really cool to interact with everyone, and I like the league for that reason as well as actually playing the game itself. So that's what I'm gonna leave with.
Appreciate it, Logan. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Ron.
Yeah, stats rule. That's what I would leave it with.
They do.
Anybody out there listening, if you're thinking about it, you want to help your team, help them fulfill that 12-game requirement. I enjoy stats, and I think if people give it a chance, you spread it out. There's something like 144 games a year, and you got 12 games you got to do for your team. So I think it can be done.
That's where Ron at every championship game.
Yeah. And so just it is what it is. That's another topic for discussion, I guess, for another show. But it is what it is. Just go out and do it. Just 1 or 2 games a season. Get out there and do it.
That's it.
You'll learn a lot more about the league. I'm telling you, you will. And it's a good way to scout other teams too, if that's what you like to do.
Nice. I'm actually gonna do I want to do a broadcast podcast and a stats team podcast, just so you can actually further explain that and get people, a little bit more into that. So thanks for the idea. Will, final words, dear.
All right. Well, final word is be good to each other, whether you're online or whether you're in person. Treat the person that you're looking at as a human being, and it doesn't matter what their religion is or their politics is or anything like that. Treat them like a human being, and just be kind. As the world's going to keep turning, so you might as well make the best of it.
Hey, great stuff. Words of wisdom from all of you. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Love it. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully you learned a little bit about, a lot more about the Simulation Football League and who's all a part of it. If you're interested, please visit SFL, simfl.net. Ooh, I almost messed that up. That's simfl.net for information on the games, team rosters, convention information, all of that good stuff can be found there. So I hope that you have a good night. Please put your goodbyes in the chat. I would love to run them across the screen as we are ending things off, but y'all have a good night. Let me go ahead and do it right. Looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, y'all. But until then, y'all stay safe. Treat each other well. For Jay, Will, Logan, and Ron, we are out. Have a good night,
I'm scared to leave you, but I know I need to. I know I need to. I'm scared to leave you, but I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free. Move on with your life, just let you be. Holding hands in the back of an SUV. Ain't nobody else like an SUV for you. I bleed for you. I'm on 10, fuck that, 15 for you. I love you, but I love my freedom too. I know what I must do, but I'm really just scared to leave you. But I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free. Move on with your life, just let you be. Holding hands in the back of an SUV. And ain't nobody else like an SUV for you. I bleed for you. I'm on 10, fuck that, 15 for you. I love you, but I love my freedom too. I know what I must do, but I'm really just scared to leave. I wanna be alone more than ever. Less free time, more endeavors. Less romance, more get cheddar. Some say both, I'm more instead of. We've been better, I can't afford any more vendettas. Some feed off it, I'm more get fed up. Some sheep-esque, I'm more trendsetter. I can't adore any more antennas. I'm overly in tune, I'm overstimulated, I'm over me and you. I'm overeating too, I'm drinking again. I'm outside the house, I'm linking with friends. You found me at the end of peak innocence. My love is dried up like ink in this pen. And now that I'm thinking again, I'm not scared to leave you. Cause I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I'm not scared to leave you, cause I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free.
You